safe, keeping well. Hope you've all had a good weekend. It's a lovely sunny day today. This morning's job is to round up all the sheep and give all the lambs a worming drench. Whoop. Whoop. So that's the sheep all rounded up. I think what I'm going to do is set up, well, we bought a portable sheep race. Really handy because it goes in the back of the Gator trailer. I can bring it down to the field. So I'm going to bring that in, set that up so I can send all the sheep down the race. Because as I said, I'm going to be drenching all the lambs. And there's also a couple of ewes to sort out as well. There's a couple of last year's ewe lambs who will be sold as shearlings this year, so I'm going to take those out, just a couple of those. And there's also a couple of cull ewes from last year that didn't go to the tup that I didn't get round to taking away. So yeah, I'm going to send them all down the race, set up a little pen for those couple of shearlings and the cull ewes, and drench the lambs as they go through. Well, it would be baking hot, wouldn't it, when I'm doing this? Nearly done, just this batch left. I've pulled in the hurdles a little bit, making a tighter pen to help feed them down the race. But yeah, such a handy little setup because it's so portable. I can bring it down to the field, set it up within 5 minutes, and yeah, it makes handling them a lot easier, especially seeing as I'm penning up a couple of sheep as well in this little pen here. These two are cull ewes. So once I've gone through all the ewes and lambs, I'll nip back and get the little Life of Williams trailer and take the cull ewes up to another bit of grass we got just up the road. That way they're separated, and there'll be a few cull ewes to take to market, and there'll be two, when I get to them, there'll be two shearlings, Suffolk Cross mule shearlings that were born on farm last year. They'll be sold to someone who will breed from them. Up, up. Come on, mate. Come on. Right, that's the last batch. That's the lot. Right, so I've got a pen here of sheep. That one there, she's a yearling or shearling. These two are to cull. The other shearling jumped out, but this one here, as you can see, she's been it's got fly strike. So I'm going to nip back for the trailer now, and I'm also going to get some Crowvect which is a fly strike treatment, get that on the area, and that should clear it right up. But yeah, annoyingly, one of the shearlings jumped out. There's supposed to be 2 shearlings and 2 coal ewes, so 4 sheep. So, well, I've got 3 of them anyway. I'll treat that one, let her out, and then take the other 3 up to a new field, and then, well, when I round them up again, I'll get the one that jumped out. Hopefully that'll clear up the one that had fly strike. This stuff's actually quite good, so that should sort that out, but I'll keep my eye on her anyway. And then, here we go. So get these taken up to another field, and then get some lunch, and then it's hurdle tidy up time. There's one way to work up a sweat, that's working with sheep in the sunshine. But no, that's a good job done. We only have a small flock, as you've seen, so it doesn't take too long to do these little jobs. Basically, the reason I got into sheep, because obviously we're mainly arable here, the reason I got into sheep was my granddad used to keep a lot of sheep. That was sort of his thing. He had hundreds kicking about, and when he died, I was only little, but when he died, all the sheep got sold off, and as I grew up, I don't know, I just sort of had this feeling like, you know, I want to try and do what my granddad did. Obviously things are a lot different now to how they used to be. As we all know, it's hard to make money from sheep, but with my small flock that I've had for a few years now, sort of got just shy of 60 ewes, I sort of found my own little system in a way. Basically what I do is, some of the lambs I do sell as stores in the summer, but I also keep a few back to finish off on grass here at the farm, and then I sell them in boxes, you know, meat boxes, to the local trade. And I've also got an agreement with the butcher this year. He's going to have quite a few lambs from me a bit later in the year, sort of October up until Christmas, so that's really, really good. And that's sort of why I got into it, really, to, you know, to produce local sort of farm reared lamb and meat. I mean, we've kept pigs in the past as well. I love rearing pigs for pork as well, but sort of the whole farm gate to dinner plate thing is something I'm really, really passionate about. And when you've got your own lamb in the freezer, and you've got other people in the area texting you back saying, yeah, just had some of your lamb, it's fantastic, it makes it all worthwhile. I think, you know, I've been making a profit year on year with a small flock, which is, you know, brilliant. But I think if we're really to do something that's actually beneficial, that's actually really worth doing, because it is hard work. I do enjoy it, but it is hard work. So I think really I need to be building up my numbers a little bit more, get the flock a bit bigger to make things, you know, just a little bit more worth doing. To be honest, after doing all the research, all the figures, if I carry on doing what I'm doing, but with an increased flock size, I think, yeah, it's something that could be, you know, could be a nice little sideline on the farm. So yeah, thinking about figures, I think we want to get up to sort of, I don't know, about 200 breeding ewes. I think that's a sort of figure to aim for. But I am having a bit of a think on maybe having a bit of a change up. So when I wanted to get sheep, Dad said, Nick, what you want to do is you want to go out and get some North Country mules. So I went out, I bought 40 North Country mules, which is the same breed my granddad used to run. Very maternal, milky, they lamb really well. So I went out and bought 40 North Country mules and a Suffolk tup to do that sort of Suffolk cross mule lamb. Well, actually the first year I had a Charolais tup. He produced some cracking lambs. They were really, really good lambs. But the second year I bought a Suffolk, and I was sort of doing it just like my granddad used to do. And again, we had some cracking lambs. It's been brilliant. But I am thinking about a bit of a change, something to make things a little bit easier. I read the other day, now I don't know how accurate this is, but I read that about 80% of shepherding work is related to the wool. Now, obviously when you think about it, you've got shearing, you've got crutching and dagging. Dagging lambs is one of my least favourite jobs. And then of course you've got issues with fly strike and maggots. So I've been reading up on, you've probably heard of them, a breed of sheep called Easy Care. I think the clue's in the name. They're meant to be easy to care for. They almost sound too good to be true. Lambing outside with minimal assistance. And obviously the big thing is they shed their wool. So that's sort of what I've been sort of looking at over the last year or so. And I think I'm going to give it a go. It could be, you know, too good to be true. But I think what I might do this year is I know an Easy Care breeder not too far away. I went to see his flock last year. He took me around and showed me his system. And it just seemed like such a simple system. You got all these sheep lambing outside in about April time. Minimal assistance. They shed their wool. They're good on their feet, apparently. Obviously, all sheep tend to go lame at some point. Just one of the things. But they're good on their feet. They're very maternal. They can lamb outside with hardly any assistance. I think it might be something worth trying. My partner, my missus, she's very, very keen to get more involved with the sheep work. I think she's going to take over a lot of the responsibility on the sheep side from me when our youngest goes to school, you know, start school, and she's got more time on her hands. So yeah, I think with that in mind, sort of 2 or 3 years down the line, if I'm thinking about potentially buying 50 Easy Care ewe lambs in this year, running them on for a year, putting them to the tup next autumn, and seeing how I go. And if I think that's the way to go, I think I'll sort of increase it every year, increase the flock size every year, buying a few more until I'm up to that magic 200 mark, and see how we go. And by that point, if everything's worked out, my missus will have more time. She'll be taking over a lot more of the responsibility of the sheep. So together, you know, softly, I'll build up a flock, give it a go. I mean, it might not work. I might not get on with them. They might not be quite as they say they're going to be. But if I sort of build up the flock over the next couple of years, with what I believe is going to be a sort of an easier system, an easier breed, an easier way of doing it. And if I can do that whilst also carrying on with my little system with stores and meat boxes and supplying the local butcher, I think we could be onto sort of something that's sort of quite profitable, something that sort of is worth doing. I think another big thing is Dad is sort of thinking about not doing so much as well. I think as he's getting older, he wants to do less, but I'm keen to do more. So I'm going to have a lot of responsibility coming my way on the arable side in the coming months, coming weeks even. So if I can build up the little sheep enterprise as best I can with an easier breed, getting my partner more involved to help out, I think we sort of could be onto something. So that's sort of my sort of plan for the future. We'll just see how we go. But yes, I might buy in a few Easy Care ewe lambs this year, run them on for a year, put them to the tup next autumn, and give it a go with the hopes to sort of increase the flock size. But yeah, no harm in trying anyway. Just having a quick coffee in my Farmer P mug. Big shout out to Farmer P, by the way. He gave me a bit of a shout out quite early on when I started my channel. So if you don't know Farmer P, go check him out. Cracking guy. He does quite a few videos, and yeah, they always give me a good laugh. And there's always plenty going on as well. So yeah, thought I'd help him out, buy one of his mugs. So yeah, go check out Farmer P if you don't know him. Oh, I've got my boy. You like a Gator ride, don't you? The windmill stopped. You and Grandad are going to have to fix it again? Well, it's because it's not windy, that's why it's not working. Grandad needs to fix it. Can you manage? You turn the Gator on for me?
Yeah.
Very good. Come then, you sit back. That's it. High five. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you did, remember to give it a nice big thumbs up. I feel like I've done a lot of talking in this one. I think that runs in the family, as you've probably gathered from the videos that Dad's been in. We do like to talk. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Just want to say a big thanks to everybody who's been watching my channel. Closing in now on 2,000 subscribers, which to me is just crazy. I've only been putting videos up for a couple of months, so yeah, crazy. I think when and if I get to 2,000, I'll do a little Q&A video, answer some of your questions. If that's something you're up for, then let me know. Hope everybody's keeping safe, keeping well, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.